Hi, welcome to another art day with your girl Bill. I'm going to show you how to do cross hatching. Here we go. Basic old worksheet I made a while ago. It's super important that I wipe down my table a little bit first, because have you ever drawn and then there's like eraser junk underneath it and then you can see everything? I hate that. So I sharpened a Prismacolor pencil. Again, please don't bang these on the table like a drummer. You're not cool. These break. So it is sharpened beforehand. This is the dark value scale. So these are chunked out. This is a dark square, medium dark, medium light, lighter, lighter as we go out there. So how to do that to get started. Now you guys can draw along with me, but I want you to be watching this because this is a really confusing method. So these are just lines. You're like, girl, I can draw lines. I'm successful. I'm already talented. I'm an artist. My mom loves me. Good for you. So those are just lines. That's really light. Now cross hatching is going in another direction, crossing them, hence the word cross hatching. Now I am trying to go pretty neat from corner to corner, side to side, but it is not that important to me that how neat this is. Now in my example up at the top, I also go diagonally. So it's starting to look like a plaid texture or flannel. Also like a weaving. So right now, this square is not as dark as the square above it. We're matching this box to the box above it. You can see there's barely any white showing. So that just means I need to go over this again and add more. What's this type of line called? Straight up and down. Vertical. Holy crap. And some more horizontal lines. So we're crisscrossing over them. So I added my horizontal lines and my diagonal lines. Are we all able to get this nice and dark? Now it looks very dark. Most successful and easiest thing to do in art. Now my pencil is starting to get a little bit dull. I don't need to sharpen for every box. I need you two in the by the door over there. Straighten up, let's go. I'm going to do that method again. Now I always start going up and down. You can go side to side. You can start off with going diagonal. I'm noticing that I can see the grain of the wood underneath my worksheet from my table, so I'm going to put a little thing underneath it. Oh yeah, that's much smoother and darker. My line's a lot darker. So with colored pencil, we can't really erase it completely. I'm going to start going faster. But we can really lighten it up. So if you screw up, you're okay. We can still fix it. So I am leaving in more gaps. You can see that there's more little white spots in this. So this section is lighter than the one in front of it. Now I'm going to show you how I'm just going to do a little bit lighter. My lines are spaced farther out. And now I'm going to do a different direction. Now these ones are all diagonal. You could do it that way too. It kind of looks like a chain link fence, right? I don't want this square that I'm working on to be much different than the one before it. It's obviously lighter, but I think I can make it a little bit darker. So I am going to sharpen my pencil because it was getting dull and making my lines too thick. So when you're trying to make it look a little bit darker and you want it to have nice defined lines, we want our darkness to transition nicely. So that's starting to look a lot darker than the one before it. So if you don't think it's dark enough, you can do another layer. It's all about closing up those gaps, and I am pressing lighter. I'm going to do it again. Now, I like to rotate my paper to the side. Have you tried doing that yet? I think this helps me be a better artist. So the reason why I like to do cross hatching is that you can go very, very fast. It's a lot easier than trying to fill up a section by pressing down really hard. You're going to wear your little hand muscles out. So when we lightly draw lines really quickly, our hand does not get as tired. So I want these two boxes to look different from each other. This one's lighter. You can see more white spaces between the lines. So this one, I'm going to have to space things out a little bit more. So I'm being a little bit more cautious with my lines because I do want it to look lighter. You can see I'm not pushing down as hard. My lines are all even. And that might be the hard part for some of you. Just gonna add another layer. That's a lot lighter. I like to draw with my hands slanted. So now I'm going to draw this one really, really light. by making them even farther apart and having less layers. That's how we are able to get a value scale from dark to light. The next step is called a gradient scale. Also, I call it a waterfall or ombre. I do need my students' eyes to be up here at the screen to watch me start this part. This part is a little bit more challenging. Those of you who are working on the worksheet and you got it, you feel confident, awesome. If you're just winging it, give yourself a break. Let's watch this. So I like to start off my gradient with some long lines and some short lines. Almost looks like blades of grass going off to the side. I did not start really dark. I usually start with a medium. So I would like to start really close together at the beginning. And again, my pencil's nice and sharp. And I'm fading it out. So in a way, I'm doing the same exact thing as the boxes, but there are no lines, there's no separation. I'm just starting to disperse my lines a little bit farther apart and a lot lighter as I go down the box.